Hey guys, this is Vonklous here. So today we're going to be trying out Car Mechanic Simulator Complete Edition 2014. And so we're going to begin. We got to create us a profile. I actually already have the profile, but I'm going to create another one so we can start from the beginning. So I'm just going to call this one Vonk. And then you click on Career. Now, if you have the Complete Edition, you'll have the 4x4s and all of that. Alright, so it brings you into a tutorial right off the bat. Let's see, WASD, radio. Well, near the radio, you can click on it. The left mouse icon wants us to go to the radio. Alright, let's click that off because I don't want the music playing in the background. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now it wants us to raise and lower the car lift. And that concludes the tutorial. So I think we'll go into our first job now. And it's actually, car mechanic's not what you think. It's relaxing, but it's fun too. Alright, so here we go. We're going to replace the front brake pads and check the front brake discs. And that radio did not go off. Oh my god. What the hell? The phantom radio. Shut up, Mr. Radio. There we go. Maybe. I hope. Can you throw a tool at it? So if it doesn't go off, can I throw a tool at it? Where's my tool? There they are. Oh, look, and I got a ball being hammered just for the radio. Woo! Alright. So, this table is used to repair car parts. Some car parts are repairable. And you can repair them for less than what you can purchase them new. So you can actually recycle parts or fix their parts and put them back on the car, and you actually get more money. Now, you can't use any of the parts on the shelf. It's just for aesthetic looks. So you actually have none of those in inventory. That's the world. Shh, don't look, man. That's my stash of wine sticking out of the center of that block. Woo! I'm a drug mechanic. Oh, there's another bottle up there. Oh. Don't tell nobody. Alright. So, to go back to what we're supposed to be doing, if you left click the mouse, you have this. This is your actual inventory. We have no parts in inventory right now. Not in our personal inventory. So we're going to go back here. We got to replace the brake pads and check the front brake discs. Alright. Oops. My bad. Alright, So now we're going to go to inspect, because we want to inspect them. See, that brake pad's at 11%. You can see it up in the top left corner. Alright. The rotor's at 61%, because according to the deal, they wanted us to check the rotors as well. Alright, so the brake pads are bad, and the rotors are yellow, so, and guys, I want to make this clear. As long as they're in the orange, they're okay. Anything in the red is what you want to replace. Any parts that are in the red. But if they're orange, they're not ready to be replaced yet. And don't do it as a customary thing. I mean, like as a courtesy thing. Because even if you do, you don't get the money for that part. They don't add that in just because you did it. So that money came out of your pocket to fix that guy's car, and you don't get reimbursed for it. So only fix what they tell you to fix. They didn't tell me to replace the rotors. I'm not replacing the rotors. Now we'll do an inspection on this side. 61. Bad brake there. Oops. And bad brake there. Alright. So we want to take those off. Alright. Now that we've got both sides off, you can click on this button and it'll show you what you've already inspected, or show you what you can inspect on the car. So if it looks like this block does, where it's got kind of a granular look to it, that means it cannot be inspected. But everything else up there can. Alright. Alright, so let's back out of this. Then we need to go to our computer screen. And we need to get some brake pads. So we go to car shop parts. Scroll down. Brake pads, and we need 4 of them. Alright. Now it's telling me to inspect the wheel, but I've already done it. As you can tell, the rotor's yellow, so therefore it's already been inspected. Alright. So now we're going to put together the car. And we have to start up here in this corner. You'll see we're still in disassemble mode. So you have to click up here to put yourself in assembly. Alright, there we go. Alright. Then you hit escape to back away from that side of the vehicle. Come over to this side. Button. Find the new brake pads over here. Come on. And I have learned that it seems that you have to, some parts on the vehicle, even though it says you can inspect it, it won't let you without taking it off the vehicle. Like, a good example is the alternator. Uh, for some reason, it will not allow you to inspect anything that seems to be in a blocked area. Now, according to our deal, we're done. We've completed these 2 tasks. But I'll show you what I was talking about. If you click on the engine block and you slide over here where you can see these belts and stuff, you see everything lights up with a yellow, including the alternator. But when you go to inspect, it'll let you inspect that one. You can click on that one, inspect. We can click on the water pump and inspect the water pump. We can inspect this one. We can inspect this one. But this one, see how when it moved closer, it still did not show the inspection icon? You still have just like that. See how it doesn't go to the magnifying glass? It will not let you inspect it unless you take it off the vehicle. Just like yes, I can inspect this one while it's on the car. But the alternator you cannot. So there are some little quirks. You should be able to inspect an alternator with it on the vehicle. You can even test one with it on the vehicle. So that's a little quirk I really didn't like. But that's okay. You can get around it. Alright, we'll close this back up. And we'll come back here, collect our money for a job well done, and go on to our next work order. Now, I do want you to know, guys, that you can upgrade certain things as you're going along. Alright, so on this work order, I last had my filters checked over a year ago. Replace them all again, please. Replace the air filter. Oh, guys, I'm sorry, I'm yawning. I've been up all night. And where I live, it's about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning right now. Replace air filter, replace oil filter, and replace the fuel filter. Awesome. So we get 3 separate parts in 3 separate areas that we have to replace. So the easiest, and this is what I learned the last time that I did this, alright, the oil filter is down here. The air filter is up here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and replace these 2 right now, and then we'll go to the other one. Alright, we don't have to inspect anything because we already know what we're doing. Plus, guys, just so you know, remember when I was talking about you can't inspect the alternator? It inspects it as you take it off. Well, if you watch in the bottom right corner after I take this last bolt off, right above where it says menu, it's going to pop up with the item and the condition of it. See, that air filter was at 90%, that covered. Now, even without inspecting this, I can take it out and I can see it was at 13%. Well, that's kind of the way that alternator works. You have to take it off the vehicle in order to inspect it, and that's kind of a goof to me. That filter was at 22%. So we know 22% is in the red. And that's just like, guys, even oil. If you check the oil and it's half, well, you know that's a quart low. But it didn't tell you to check the oil, or, to put oil in the customer's vehicle. So don't do it, because that costs you money out of your garage money that you're not going to get paid back. In a normal real life situation, you would. Alright, so we need an air filter. And we need to come down. And we need to find I'm going to go ahead and purchase the fuel filter, because we're supposed to change the fuel filter too. So that way, once we get back there, we'll already have it. And then the other item was the oil filter. Alright, so I now have those 3 items. In this screen, there's no exit button, and you have to press escape to get past it. But I don't really have enough money right now. But if you go to these learning books, you can learn things like how to speed up unbolting items. Now, my favorite thing, and this is what I recommend to you guys, don't get that one right off the bat. Get this one. You want to make things that you purchase cheaper. It's not cheaper on the customer. They're going to still pay the same price as they would if you were paying full price for this part. But if you're getting it at a discounted rate, you're making more money in the long run. So to me, it makes common sense to get this one first. So what I did is spend the $500 here, and then when I get $500 more, I'll do the business management, so I get 5% more income from customers. Then I'll do this one, and then last I'll do this one. So that's the order that I do them in personally. But you can do them however you want. Alright, so to go back here, we're going to go into assembly mode now. And then we're going to put in the parts that we purchased. Go back on our cap. And then we're going to come over here, put in our air filter, put our box back together. Alright, now we're done under the hood. The next thing we have to do, now, when you raise up the car, it'll automatically close the hood, but I like to be more like this was a real shop and close the hood before I raise the car myself, just because it gives more of that actual mechanic feel. Alright, so we're going to go to this end of the car, and we are going to remove the worn out oil filter. And then we are going to go into assembly mode and replace it. Alright, that was it on that end of the car. And if we go back and I'm going to lower the vehicle. You don't have to lower it to complete the job, but as I said, I like to do it as it was a real mechanic shop. So now we're going to go to our repair order, and it should be all check marked. So now we're done. Now guys, I'm going to go ahead and hit this, and it's going to load in the new vehicle. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that yet. Yeah, it will. Yeah, it will. Alright. The only thing I was going to say was, well, if I load in the new vehicle, then you guys won't get to see the very beginning part when I do the next episode, which is this screen popping up. but I can have it repop up. Alright, so in the next episode, we're going to perform a test drive. So that'll be fun. We get to drive the course. And then we're going to replace all worn out parts. But now get this, guys. They're not telling you what the worn out parts are. So you have to find them yourself. It's not telling you replace this, this, and this. Alright, guys. So, just to kind of give you a tour around the shop real quick before we exit out of this video. Like I said, you have your table to repair parts. Okay? Oops. You have to left click, and if you have anything in your inventory that you can that you can repair, then you can go ahead and repair it. Now, bringing up that point, something else, you can sell off the old parts. So in order to do that, you just be out in the garage and you're going to right click and go to inventory, and all these old parts you can hit, well in this case because we don't have any new parts sitting here that are 100% value, I can hit sell all, and it's going to tell me that, the junk dealer's going to give me $35 for all of this stuff. Well, that's an extra $35 that I just made, all for the old worn out parts. So guys, don't forget that. You can sell the worn out parts, and that ups your revenue. Alright guys, then you exit out of that screen, and that's it for this episode. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and I'll see you in episode number 2.